Hey everyone, Holly here, work for Highland Genetics. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about what it looks like after you buy semen. The process is a little bit different depending on who you buy from, but at the end of the day, it's rudimentary about the same. This is the tank that I got in the mail. The difference between a shipping semen tank and an actual semen tank is that this tank is not designed for long-term storage. How long, it's totally dependent on how much they fill it, what size tank you get, but generally I wouldn't keep semen in here for more than a week. So today we are going to transfer over the semen from this storage tank into my actual semen tank. Now this is one of the bigger semen tanks that you can get. I actually think it's the biggest. Why I have the biggest semen tank you can get, it's what I got. So what we're gonna start with is we are going to cut it open. Also, this tag, don't take the tag off because FedEx, the people that ship this to me, they're gonna come back in a couple days and this is what they need to bring it back to Gen X. Here is the little baby semen tank, and this is just the padded storage container. And then that's your return shipping label, I do believe is how this one works. So, first and foremost, when you're storing semen, you never want to keep your tank on cement. It's highly corrosive. It'll severely decrease the longevity of your tank if you do that. Also, if you are able, keep your tank somewhere at room temperature. I'm pretty thankful I have a shop that I get to keep it in where it stays, room temperature 50 to 70 degrees year round. Helps a lot with the ability or having to refill this tank on nitrogen. This tank is significantly older than me and it works great, leaks very little, but that's because it's lived a very nice life in a nice building. So, there we go. Alright. And, just like any old semen tank, it's got the lid. I'm gonna pop mine off. I am going to be putting mine in, put it in canister 6. So when you're transferring semen, you want to do everything pretty quickly. I think it's after like 7 seconds of not being in the container, the semen does start to thaw. So if you have to do this a couple straws at a time to do it correctly and just take your time doing it, do that. Because I don't know about you, but this stuff is expensive. So don't screw it up. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the little tab, and you notice how the entire time I'm keeping the semen below the plane of the tank. I'm never working up above the tank, I'm keeping everything down low. And while I'm holding on to this, I'm picking this up from my tank, keeping it below the plane of the tank, and I'm just gonna transfer the canes over. Make sure it's right. And then I'm gonna drop it down again because, well, that was probably 7 seconds. And then I'm going to do it again. Try to get stuck. Oh, went up a little high on that one, but it was getting hooked on other canes. Anyway, close the lid. Close the lid. And that's it. Easy peasy. So I forgot to mention earlier that getting the tank shipped back to the storage facility, in this case Gen X. You do not own this tank. When you pay for shipping, you just pay for the shipment of the semen itself. It does not come with this handy dandy little tank. These are expensive, so make sure they get it back. Generally, these storage containers come with a tag, and FedEx, UPS, whoever it is that dropped it off will come back in a couple days to pick it back up. So wherever you got it, leave it there. On the inside of this lid, which is, I pointed out earlier, was my semen receipt, and then a little paper from Gen X telling me what I need to do, which is basically that, FedEx will come back in 1 to 3 business days, pick it up. They also gave me a couple little zippy ties for me to close everything shut again once everything is empty. I'm just gonna do a check real quick. Make sure everything is how it needs to be. We're going to pop this back in. Also, I forgot to mention that a lot of the time, these shipping tanks don't actually have liquid nitrogen in them. It's a vapor, which is why they don't last as long. It's also what makes shipping cheaper, I would assume. So, because liquid nitrogen just isn't cheap. Back on and zip it shut. And that's all for today. Hopefully this is helpful to anybody who is looking to buy some semen.